Good morning, 4th grade. Happy Tuesday morning. We're ready for math lesson 144. To start off this morning, we're going to go through some concept cards. First of all, we're going to start with temperatures and just think through these as the best that you can. Give the answer if you know it, and then I'll show you the answer shortly. So let's get started. First of all, what is the freezing point of water Fahrenheit? 32 degrees. Freezing point of water Celsius. 0 degrees. Normal body temperature Fahrenheit. 98.6 degrees. Normal body temperature Celsius. 37 degrees. What is the boiling point of water Fahrenheit? 212 degrees. And what is the boiling point of water Celsius? 100 degrees. Here are our metric prefixes. What does kilo stand for? 1,000. Deci? 1/10. Centa? 100th. Milla? 1,000th. Deca? 10. Hecto? 100. How many millimeters are in a centimeter? 10. How many millimeters are in a meter? 1,000. How many meters are in a kilometer? 1,000. How many meters are in a hectometer? 100. And how many meters are in a decameter? 10. Let's go over equations. Our lesson today is working with equations, and then we're also going to be working with the metric system in our lesson today. We don't have a new concept, but just going over some things that we've already learned. So I have an equation here on the board, but first of all, what is an equation? What does it mean if we have an equation? What makes an equation an equation? So an equation is something that on both sides it is equal, okay? So this side of an equation is equal to this side. But sometimes, again, in an equation, an algebraic equation, we have a letter that we don't know what it's standing for. So we're going to review how to find out what that letter is standing for. Now the first step is let's solve the side we already know, okay? So we have x minus 9, we'll just copy that down to start with, equals, now what is 72 divided by 12? That's the part that we do know. That is 6, okay? Now, we need to solve for our unknown letter, and to do that, we need to get this letter by itself. Now, so we need to get rid of minus 9. So what is the opposite? Sorry, I dropped something. What is the opposite of subtraction? Addition, right? So we're going to add 9 to minus 9 so that we can get rid of that. Now remember, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So we're also going to add 9 to that side. Now over here we have minus 9 and plus 9, so that is equal to nothing. So now we have x by itself. X equals, what is 6 plus 9? 15, that's right. Now, we're going to, for our third step, we're going to check if this is correct. We're going to recopy our equation, except we're going to use 15 for x, okay? So, in place of x, we're going to write 15 minus 9 equals 72 divided by 12. Okay, so now we're going to subtract and divide. 15 minus 9 is 6. 72 divided by 12 is 6. Does 6 equal 6? Yes, it does. So that is correct. Very good. Work your lesson carefully as you work through these equations. Let's go over some of our metric system before we continue. Just hold for 1 second here. Okay. I just had to make sure my mic was on. I was thinking for a little bit, did I even turn it on? And if I wouldn't have, I would have to redo this whole class because then you couldn't hear what I'm saying. So I'm glad it is turned on. Okay, let's go over our metric units here. These are abbreviations, so let's see if we can remember what they stand for and then how much each of them would be. So DL is just a plain D is for deci, stands for deci. If we have DA, that's deca, okay? So a deciliter, what does deci mean? 1/10. So a deciliter is 1/10 of a liter. Remember, a liter is a little more than a quart, okay? So if you take a liter and divide it into 10 parts, and you keep 1, that's a deciliter. HM, that's for hectometer. What does hecto mean? 100. So a hectometer is 100 meters. Millimeter, what does milli mean? 1/1000th. Okay? So a millimeter is 1/1000th of a meter. It's very tiny. Decagram, what does deca mean? 10. So a decagram is 10 grams. What is a decaliter? That would be 10 liters because deca means 10 and then liter. So 10 liters. Centiliter. You can say these answers and then see if you're correct. Centa is 1/100th, so this is 1/100th of a liter. If you take a liter and divide it into 100 parts and you keep 1, that is a centiliter. What about a meter? A meter stick, right? What we use for stick gunner. That's a meter. Deca, let's see. Nope, these are deca. Just a D is deci. Decimeter. 1/10 of a meter. Okay, so that's about this much. About the width of your palm is a decimeter. A kilogram. Kilo means 1,000, so it's 1,000 grams. And a gram is simply 1 gram, which is about the weight of a paper clip. Okay. Okay, work your lesson carefully. You're going to have to put in order some metric units from least to greatest. So you're going to have to put on your thinking caps what we went over in this lesson and what you know about your metric prefixes and see how well you can do with that. Let me know if you have any questions. Work all of your lessons carefully today, trying to make sure you don't miss anything and do a good job. All right, I will see you in language class.